Hello, I'm Miss Tell It Like It Is, and I hope everybody out there is doing wonderful. Um, Today's topic is going to be everything begins with you. Everything begins with you. Everything begins with me. Everything begins with us as individuals. And we decide as individuals who we are going to be. We decide as individuals if we are going to do good or if we're going to do bad. And a lot of times, there are individuals in this world that sow discord, that sow darkness, that sow confusion. And that's because that was what they chose to be. But what you also choose to be is a reflection of who you are. And a lot of times, you cannot love others if you don't love yourself. There's a scripture and it says, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. But if you don't love yourself, you can't love your neighbor. And because everything begins with you and me as an individual, what you put out in the universe is what you're going to get in return. Because you, as an individual of the circle of life, is the starting point in your life. And what you decide to put out in the universe, that circle of life and that universe is going to come back and put the same thing back on you. It's the same way as that scripture goes. You reap what you sow. If you reap or if you plant a good seed, you will reap a good harvest. But if you plant a bad seed, you're going to reap a bad harvest. And there's a lot of people that go around and they hurt people. They hurt children. They hurt old people. They hurt innocent people. And a lot of people ask, how could they do that? Because their soul is black. It's dark. And when I say dark, it's full of evil. And these people, they cannot love. They have no empathy for no one. They have no conscience. So they can hurt people without a cause. And a lot of times, these people think that because they can walk around and they can live good and they can act like they've gotten away with things, they can act cocky, they can be arrogant. But rest assured, if you have not reaped what you sowed yet, it's because the universe is storing up all the evil that you have done into this one big ball. And when it's your time to reap, the universe is going to throw it back at you like a big ball of energy, like in Dragon Ball Z. Trust me, you do reap what you sow in this life. Some people reap it little bit by little, and some they go mostly their entire life and seem like everything goes smooth. And they feel like they've gotten away with it. They feel free. They feel content with themselves. But let me tell you, a lot of times it's waiting for you on your deathbed. And I have actually seen this happen to someone, and I won't name a name. She was very young, 32, and she had a terminal illness. I won't say what it was. And it was some years ago, and I visited her. She was dying. It wasn't just me, it was other people that knew her. And when I walked into her room and I walked to her bed, I felt nothing but heat. I felt heat all around her bed. And I felt a demonic force in the room. And I looked into her eyes and I knew what I felt she was seeing. I knew she was seeing it spiritually. And some people, y'all may think this is hocus pocus, but hey, spiritual world is real, okay? Whether you believe or whether you don't, it's real. And I knew that the universe was about to pay her back everything that she had done to people. I knew it spiritually. And that's why it's so important to treat others as you wish to be treated. And if you feel like you have a need to treat others bad, maybe you really don't feel good about yourself. And maybe you need to start with you. Because remember, everything starts with you. Everything starts with us as individuals. We as individuals, we do create our own circle of life. We have a choice to create it good, or we have a choice to create it bad. But we have a choice. And if you can't do good by people, then that means really inside, you really don't love yourself. And you really don't think much of yourself. Because if you did, you would give to the universe what you felt you deserved back. But never forget, baby, you do reap what you sow. And yours may not have come yet, but rest assured it's coming. But in my opinion, I think the worst kind of reaping what you sow is when you're on your deathbed. Ooh, I mean, don't get me wrong. We have all done something in our lives that we have to reap what we sow. All of us. But from my opinion, if I'm to reap anything I sow, I'd rather have it little bit by little, baby, than on a whole big old ball coming back to me. And the reason I got on this subject is because I know a lot of people, good and bad. And the good ones I know, they're beautiful people. They're loving, they're kind, they're compassionate. They're just beautiful people. But then I know some people that are very evil-hearted. And I'm going to talk about one in particular, which I say I put no names out. This person has been so cocky and so arrogant. And I literally have stood by this person in hopes that my light would rub off on them, in hopes that they would make a choice to come out of the darkness and walk into the light. And when this person chose to totally try to destroy me, they cursed themselves. They cursed themselves. And I am a firm believer that you have to be careful who you try to destroy. Because you don't know who or what a person is. And a lot of times, when you come up against a person that's nothing but good, has a good heart, because no one's completely perfect, okay? Not even Miss Tell It Like It Is. But when you come up against a person who has a good heart, good intentions, a good soul, and you try to destroy them, sometimes you can seal your fate. Sometimes you can seal your fate. And the opportunities and the chances of walking in that light, that door could be spiritually sealed. And that's what this person did. They sealed their fate by trying to destroy me without a cause. It's a true saying. Some are called, few are chosen, and many just went. It's important to treat everybody right, because no matter what, you will reap what you sow. But when you mess with a chosen individual, you are bringing something up on yourself that you can't even comprehend. So it's best to do what the word says, and that means treat others as you want to be treated. Love thy neighbor as you love yourself. But if you can't love yourself, then you can't love your neighbor. And when you find yourself full of hell, full of evil, full of secret plots to destroy a person without a cause, you better start working on yourself. Because you are what you put out there. And if you put destruction out in the universe, that destruction will turn around and destroy you in the end. It's just like that saying, and this is the physical saying, you are what you eat. You are. You are what you consume in your body. Anything that you start consuming in your body that's bad, you become that. So you are what you think. You are what you set out to do to others. But I'm going to tell you, you don't want to die, leave this world in a state where you have not got it right with your maker. You don't want to do that, because let me tell you, karma is real. Not only karma, spiritual suffering is very real. The spiritual world is very real. Lost souls are very real. Roman souls are very real. There are people that have passed away from this physical earth. They are unrested souls. They're just roaming this earth, unrested. And a lot of times we as people, we may say, Lord, how could that person just keep getting away? How could this person go to court and they acquit him is not guilty after he has done all this wrong to people? Or how could she get away? Or how could this group of people, they got away by man's law, but baby, they haven't got away by God's law. And let me tell you, man can't control God. And man can't stop the punishment of God. So when you are weary as a good person because you have seen injustice done to someone or a group of people or someone you love, and you feel like that person has got away because that person is walking around gloating, rest assured, their day will come. They will reap what they sowed. On this earth and the hereafter. But the hereafter will be more severe. And that's why Miss Tell It Like It Is, baby. I treat everybody how I want to be treated. Even I treat my enemies with respect. I may not care for my enemies, but I can address them with a hello, a goodbye, just cordial. Sometimes my enemies are confused. How could she still talk? How could she still speak to me? And she knows I hate her, because hate doesn't live in me. And I'm not your revenger for anything that you try to do to me. But God is. He sees all. He knows all. And he's going to get you for what you have tried to do to me. Or anybody that is good. Anybody. Saying that, I must tell it like it is. Remember, everything begins with you. As an individual, you have a choice. You have a choice to pick good or bad. You have a choice to treat people right. Or you have a choice to be evil. And let me clarify something. When it comes to darkness, there is no color. And I'm talking about spiritual darkness. There is no physical color to spiritual darkness. Spiritual darkness is just evil intentions. It doesn't come with a color. Saying that once again, I must tell it like it is. And I just told it like it is. I want everybody to have a wonderful day. Keep your head up. Have hope. Stay strong. And know that God is with you. Tulu.